It wasn't so much the amount of fire, it was the difficulty in getting to the fire. That's why Charleston, we summoned all off-duty personnel in.
Tonight on News Watch, Eastern Illinois University launches an investigation into why a fire erupted inside the campus energy center.
And also tonight, a 10-0 start is looking like a dream season for an experienced Charleston basketball team.
And we're in for a cool down in East Central Illinois, but how long will it last? This is News Watch, and your Wednesday edition starts right now.
A firefighter suffers minor injuries after a fire erupts at the Eastern Illinois University Energy Center. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jesse Gwen.
And I'm Nick Ruffalo. Last night, the Charleston Fire Department was called to the Renewable Energy Center at Eastern Illinois University, and we've been working to bring you more on the matter.
That's right, and officials say the fire came from within a biomass boiler. Eastern's Vice President for Business Affairs, Paul McCann, says the university has had problems with the plant's biomass equipment since it started operation.
Thank you, Lacey. In other local news tonight, taxes are on the rise for a local town. And as Newswatch's Aaliyah Stephen found out, the approval of the tax ordinance and the money it will generate is much needed for the Charleston community.
Aaliyah Stephen for WEIU News Watch.
Kuykendall says the tax levy will generate nearly $5 million compared to just over $4.3 million last year. The increases will be reflected on tax bills sent out this summer. And also at the same city council meeting, 9 business owners have filed a petition with concerns about parking around Charleston's main square. The owners say customers can't find places to park, which is costing them money. The petition suggests the 2-hour parking limit be pushed from 5 until 7. Mayor Brandon Combs says the solution is something the city council will look into. Residents in Mattoon can also expect to pay a little more in taxes next year. Officials say the annual property tax levy was passed at last night's city council meeting. City administrators say the levy was increased and will cost homeowners about $4 more than last year. Council members also approved a utility tax increase, and officials say the increase will cost residents just under $1.50 on each month's electric bill. Thank you, Lacey. Over in sports, the Cubs' newest addition tells the media why he left St. Louis.
But first, they haven't lost, and they're hungry for more. See how the seniors at Charleston High School are helping the team come together for a memorable season. Thanks for watching Sports Watch. It's coming up next.
Topping the sports news tonight, one local girls basketball team is turning heads this year after a 10-0 start. As I found out, the Charleston Trojans have come a long way since the 2012 season, and that growth falls on the players that have been there since the beginning. Having played all 4 years, the Charleston High School girls basketball team and their 4 seniors have finally reached their potential.
Freshman year was kind of rough. I remember we didn't really have much of a team, and it's obviously gotten a lot better throughout the years. And sophomore year, a little more competitive. Junior year, obviously last year, we realized, dang, we're good.
Sherwood leads the Trojans in scoring and rebounding, but it's her relationship with Dakota Crowder and the rest of the seniors that drives the offense.
We've always had like a really good chemistry, and then just growing up with the girls that I'm playing with, the seniors, we've all played since 5th grade together, so no matter who's on the court, we have a chemistry going, and it helps us a lot.
With Kyler Reynolds and Catherine Kennedy also contributing in their 4th year, Trojans head coach Jeff Miller says his team is one of a kind.
I wouldn't trade this team for anything. So these are my girls, and they play hard, and I see some good things happening in these girls, not just this season, but in their life.
But of course, a 9-0 start to the season isn't enough for the Trojans, and the seniors say they've got bigger things in mind.
Like win all of our home games and win conference, win regionals, make it out of sectionals. We've already won one of the tournaments, so that's one thing off our checklist.
In Charleston, I'm Nick Ruffalo for WEIU News Watch. The Trojans moved to 10 wins with a victory over Taylorville Monday. Sherwood scored 15 points in that game, but only shot 27% from the field. However, she did make her impact on the boards, collecting 17 rebounds on the road. The next game for the Trojans is tomorrow night when CHS hosts rival Mattoon at 7:30. In high school boys basketball, Mattoon fell in a close one to Shelbyville, 61-59, dropping their 4th straight game since the Effingham Thanksgiving tournament. Elsewhere, Sullivan took down Arcola 61-54, and Casey Westfield beat Neoga by 19 points. Dietrich overcame Sandoval 65-58, and rounding out Tuesday's scores, Effingham St. Anthony defeated Newton 58-54. In college basketball, the Indiana State Sycamores look to rebound from 4 straight losses at home tonight. ISU is 3-6 on the season after losing 5 of their last 6 games. This is the first matchup between the Sycamores and the Division II Prairie Stars. The Stars come into the game with a 4-6 record, including 0-2 in the Great Lakes Valley Conference. Tip-off is at 7 from the Holman Center in Terre Haute. In Chicago, the Bulls are at home against Memphis, looking to match their longest win streak of the season. The Bulls have won 3 in a row, but now pit Pau Gasol against his brother Mark. Both players have had similar 2015 campaigns, with each averaging over 14 points per game and 7 rebounds. Chicago is undefeated on the current homestand, with wins over the Clippers, Pelicans, and 76ers. Tip-off tonight is at 7. After Jason Hayward left the St. Louis Cardinals to join the Chicago Cubs, many Redbird fans were left asking why he didn't re-sign. Now, the 26-year-old outfielder says the team's youth and the presence of manager Joe Madden are 2 big reasons why he left the city under the arch. Hayward finalized an 8-year deal worth $184 million yesterday. The current plan is for Hayward to play center field, but he could also see some time in right. And finally in sports, Dino Fanti added another national recognition to his 2015 season. The Eastern Illinois standout defensive tackle recorded 22 tackles for loss, including 7.5 sacks in 12 games. Fonte won co-OVC Defensive Player of the Year as the Panthers made the FCS playoffs for the 3rd time in the last 4 seasons. Jesse, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Nick. Temperatures are about to drop, and they'll stay that way for a few days. Skywatch's Lacey Clifton returns next with one last look of your cool midweek forecast.
Until the middle of the work week, so unfortunately it's not looking like it's cold enough for snow, but again, we've still got a little time for things to kind of melt.
All right, well, thank you, Lacey. And if you want to check the Skywatch forecast, you can do it anytime by going to our website at weiu.net.
And if news is happening in your community, let us know by dropping us an email at news@weiu.net.
Have a good night and join us again tomorrow here on the area's only local newscast on PBS. Next on WEIU, the Nightly Business Report.